Hey, it's Casey Corbin. I have my beautiful 10-year-old daughter. What's your name, 10-year-old daughter?
Maddie.
Speak up here.
Maddie.
Good, okay. Well, today we're going to show you what I consider to be, when you price out our art, if we sell our art, at being the highest cost per square inch money that you will make doing this, quite considerably, or at least most of us anyway. And one way to do that, and on top of that, it'll also be the we're going to use the stuff that is thrown away or typically discarded. So in some ways, we're turning something that we normally throw away, or is free at that point, into something that is not only a form of our art. Also, I'm terrible at framing, and so this kind of has already been framed and it's ready to roll. And it's wearable. In fact, you can see it right here. Yeah. And so we're going to show you several of those now, and we're going to show you just how easy it is to make these. I've only just started, so I think I've got the basics down. I would love it if you would put into the comments below what any suggestions for us. So I did do a bit of research on it, and so far the pieces that I've done, such as this lovely one on my lovely daughter, is worked out very well, looking good. So in addition to the types that I have here, which use a kind of a glass, I cannot say that word.
Kind of like a marble?
It's kind of like a flat marble, that's right, yeah. They're also, I've ordered some, they have not arrived yet, some that are made out of resin, which I think, I'm very interested to see how that looks like, since we put resin on our art anyway, at least I do sometimes. I don't always put resin on my flow art, my acrylic pouring art, or fluid art, whatever we want to call it today. All right, so pardon me, I'm gonna move the camera down, and so that might get a little dizzying. So if you're one of those people with motion sickness, you might want to just kind of blink your eyes for a second here. Very good. Okay. All right. Why don't you take that off so we can put it up here too? It's incredibly simple. We have here, this is what you buy, and they go by, mostly I've seen them on several different sites, and they're called pendant trays. And so I have actually 6 different colors here, but they're all the same style. This is 25 millimeters across, which is almost an inch, basically an inch. And then, so we have the shiny kind. This one is a dull kind. It might be a little hard to tell the difference here. There you go. Thank you, baby. And then this is a bright golden. That's an antique gold. This one is painted black, and I did see some others that were painted a lot of different colors, including some of the colors we're about to use today. I was real tempted to buy those, but since I've probably got about 5 packages coming from wish.com and I've forgotten it, A-L-I, it's either Alley Good or Alley Art, something like that. I have some packages coming from there too, and they're very inexpensive. This set, I got 30 of these, and so I've got several of each one of these kind. What would that be, 6? 6 times 6, 36, no, 5. 5 of each one, I think. And it came with, and you have to be very careful as you're purchasing these, it came with the glass too. And so it came as a set, and so there was it said 30 of these and 30 of those, and I got them for $13. I did quite a bit of shopping, looking around, comparing on Amazon. So 2 days later, these are at my door, and the ones that I ordered from Wish were cheaper, and the other site. But they are coming from China, and that typically takes about a month. And so 3 weeks is real early to receive them. 4 is typical, sometimes even longer. 5 weeks, I believe, I cannot believe, you know, they're free shipping, or on Wish, shipping is $1. I don't know how that happens. They can, if I took the same package and mailed it across town, it would cost me $3 or $4 to do that, but it comes from China, and a postman puts it in my mailbox outside, so I don't understand how that works, but better for us. Pay very, very little for shipping. So you just have these little pendant trays. You put the art on the inside, and then you put these in here, right? And they fit in real good. And then whenever you use an adhesive to seal it down, then it even becomes even more, that adhesive creates a bond and almost becomes part of the art and part of the glass and molds them together. This one was recommended to me, and so I actually got a larger one. You could buy them in 2 ounces, I think 4 ounces, 8 ounces, and 16 ounces. And I decided that 16 was probably more than what I would use, but because it takes a drop, exactly a drop, to do it. Any more, and you're just wasting it and making a mess. So it is, this will, if it doesn't dry out on me, this would last me for a very, very, very long time. And I'm really happy with it because not only is it a adhesive, but it's also a glaze, and so you can use it on the top and even create a little bit of a marble. Is that what we want to call this? I also picked up some of these. They were very inexpensive. A little ring here. Put this on your finger first. It's this one here. You can model there, and it just has a very flat top, and so on that I could I picked up a drop and put it on here. We'll put this on next to it. This fit on your finger here. So this is just the same dripping from the art piece that I made here. So we can hold it real steady. Woo, it's hard to find. Okay, and let the camera focus on that. Good. And then so I used this glaze to glue it down, and then after it dried for a little, you know what, I didn't even wait. I just put it right on top, and I put another drop on top, and I just made sure that it was all around. And I tell you what, it's a little hard to see with the design, but it actually created, in a way, its own little bobble, almost like I had a little one of these that went on top of there. And I might even put another one just to experiment and kind of build it up so it is a little bit rounder. But this diamond glaze stuff is legit. It is great. So we're going to use some of those things. When I sell pieces, I usually like to throw in something extra. A little trick I learned from Anne-Marie Riddendorf. I bought one of her paintings, so I was very excited to get that. And in with that painting also arrived a little miniature and a little bitty cute stand for it to sit on, which of course I didn't pay for or order, so it was just a little surprise. So that was nice. And so this will be my little surprise that I will actually, these 2 pieces right here are already sold, and I will I'll get them to the buyer tomorrow, and I'm going to throw this one in because I know he has a little daughter, and so she'll probably enjoy that too. These are, again, very inexpensive. It is the kind that has the, any size. Yeah, adjustable. Yeah, that's the right way of saying that. Good. And so, and probably for kids, it fits on my fat pinky, but just barely. So, oh, and now it won't come off. Okay, got it. All right. So we're going to show you now, Maddie and I, on exactly how to make these. So I'm going to put these aside here and reveal. There you go. This is just after a pour. Matter of fact, it's from a video that I just did, and so if you've seen that video, you can see how all this was done. Let's see if I can move the light a little bit. Let's see if coming over here helps at all. Is that blinding? Well, you know what we're going to do, Maddie just whispered, you don't have to whisper, can I peel it off? And to be honest with you, we're not going to peel anything off because the real secret here, I know that some people thought, wow, how do I get the art in there and then put the bubble, I got to find out the right name. It's called a Cabochon or something weird, hard to say.
Cabochon.
Yeah, I'll try to put it in the comments since I can't say it, and I'm a terrible speller, so otherwise I'd try to spell it for you right now. And then you cut it out here, and do you keep the plastic with it, and or do you try to peel it off like we do with skins, and then glue it down, and then glue this on top of it? Well, there's a much easier way to do this. The first thing is that we've got to make sure that the bottom at this point, because we'll clean the top later, is as clean as it possibly can be. And this is a very nice, I like this area here, so let me adjust my camera. I can be really guilty of keeping things out of frame and not being as considerate of the viewers as I need to. And so you can't, this is a relatively recent piece, and if you'll see, it even has kind of a little bit of an ugly fold here, but the glue, I am suspicious that the glue is going to pull that out. You can even see it under here because this does have like a magnifying effect. But, and we can kind of shift things so it's a little bit, I think right there is pretty good, okay? So I'm going to let you do it, okay, Maddie?
Okay.
All right, so we'll just kind of let it end up there. And then tomorrow I'll come and you'll just peel it right off, and it'll come off of the plastic, and then just tell the whole story. Now this piece will have the art at the bottom, and you gotta be careful because it's fragile. It can get scraped off pretty easy. And so then you put one more drop there, and then you put it in there, and you kind of mash it down, make sure it's real good, make sure that it's, you know, in real well, and then you just let that dry, and then it is good to go. So it's just a two-step process that I found very easy to do. Okay, Maddie, why don't you, I'm going to get the old glue off of here. Always do that first so that you don't have problems with the clump or anything nasty. All right, why don't you try to put one dot
Right on the right cell?
That'd be good, yeah. I'll hold it up so you can see it. Just get a solid dot there. All right, that's, and I'll put this right on top of it. Hold on, let me do the clean the bottom. One more time, here you go. Put it right on top of your glue dot. All right, and then you'll want to push it away. Now you'll see that and you don't have very much time. And I'll tell you what, let's put one more drop in there real quick. Real quick. There you go. Okay, so that's a lot. So we're gonna have some extra, and that's okay because that'll do things like fill in. And once you take it and put your finger on top of it and just kind of move it around a little bit, you have very few seconds. And this we're just pressing to make sure that there's no air. Good. And it'll tell you when it's done. It'll stop moving, and it will lock in. And so right here you're pressing. Now if you want to really do good, you can get from the bottom. And so now you're adding some additional pressure, particularly like that fold that I might consider an issue. Good. And go right there. And now it's frozen. I can't move it. And so tomorrow I will come back, yeah. You don't want to try to miss it now, because then it could possibly tear it. Tomorrow I will just come up to it, and I will try to pull the skin off from here as we normally do. Well, for example,
we tried this earlier this morning, and it didn't really get completely onto the barbel.
Yes, we did an experiment, and it was really just to see what would happen, because this is tile, and people, every time we see posts on the pages talking about, oh, you can use the you know, the 4" by 4" 16-cent tile from Lowe's, and do you have to prep it first? Do you have to put a paint down first? Do you have to sand it first? And you know, most people answer no. And so really, almost, because I'm not real happy with this piece, I don't think I want to ever do anything with it. I might sand it off and use it again, just as a see how it would stick or not. I just decided to do what we just did on this piece, and then I took it took a chisel and a hammer for me to pop the barbel off over here, and so it did bring some of the paint with it. It wasn't real consistent, and so it looks like this, and I've got a fix for that because I do like it. I do like those cells that are in there, and I'll do some close-up pictures of these things for you before we end the video. But what's really forgiving about this is that even though you can see all those holes in it where the light's coming shining through, all you got to do is paint the backside. And you could pick you could pick a solid color and just get some of the solid paint. I might use the red, maybe the purple, and
maybe the orange.
Yeah, and some of the backings though will, I've noticed, and I did order some of the ones that have a shiny background, almost a mirror background, like it's intentional for it to be able to reflect light. And so even on this one here that we just did, in the middle of that little green circle there is a hole where you can see through the light, or a transparent paint where it's coming through. But it'll that's almost like accentuated by the fact that with some of these pendant trays, it seems to be made to be reflective. This one has a neat design in it, so that wouldn't be just really terrible without you know, to not repair it or not put some additional color behind it. But I think that I think I'm going to just paint the backside of it before and let it dry, and then put another drop of our wonderful glaze here, and then that'll be done. And so when you think that this is you know, we'll call this a square inch, and what do you price your art at per square inch? I'm thinking about listing these at about $35 a piece, and the ones that I sold today they were for a friend, and so I just sold these two for him for $20 a piece, and so we'll just go with that rate. $20 per square inch for our art is pretty darn good. And to think that we're just using up our mess, the skins, the drips, and finding interesting ones.
The drips, the drops.
Drips, drops, drips. Good.
The drips, the drops, the drippity drip drops.
It could be all those things, yeah. So if I wanted to, and I just had like lots of them I wanted to go through, I could go through the rest of this mess and just kind of pick out interesting ones. Go, ooh, let's put one here, let's put one here, and then wait for them to dry, and the next day pick them up and insert them in there, and away we go. So, well, I hope you enjoyed that. Please like, please subscribe to this channel. Please visit my website, caseycolecorbin.com, as I am a therapist and an artist, and I do art therapy and workshops, and also teach meditation and have some really cool meditation products on there. Do you like my meditation audios,
Yes.
Maddie? All right. How do you use them?
I use them to go to sleep at night. So does my little brother Gus.
Yes, her 7-year-old brother. Her 13-year-old brother has used them as well, and her 21-year-old brother has also used them as well, particularly to go to sleep, but at other times too. And so that might be beneficial for you. So I'll attach some close-up pictures here at the end of the video. I hope you like that. Please make comments, and thanks for joining us. Say thanks, Meg.
Thanks. Oh, and another thing, my little sister has not used them yet because I don't have a little sister.
Oh, well, there you go. Yeah, and we don't have any plans for that either. Thanks for joining us.